How do non-fat people control their weight? It depends on the person. For a lot of people, they don't have to do anything special. They eat when they're hungry and stop eating when they're full. It's only really a problem if your body stays hungry once you've eaten enough. Then you need to start being careful. My weights fluctuated a lot over my life. I've found it easiest when I had to walk to work. Basically didn't have to track anything. Just did whatever. When things were more cooped up with work from home, it was a lot more of a struggle. I have to cut portions smaller, which is tough. I hate wasting food. Do you weigh every day and adjust accordingly? Your weight will fluctuate. You shouldn't be adjusting on a per-day basis, but average over a week or so, at least, to see trends. My stomach gets irritated easily with greasy food, pork, and eggs. Fast food is not something I grew up eating frequently, or at all really. Overeating or eating junk food was just never something I did. So now doing either makes me feel sick. Being slimmer just came with that. It's not super conscious. I don't do anything to control my weight, I simply eat what I want when I want. I kind of forget to eat rather often. And I also have astronomically high levels of anxious energy. So I've never had to worry about gaining weight despite being sedentary and having a horrible diet. I'm almost underweight right now NGL. I walk to work and back a few times a week, 45 minutes each way, and go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. I avoid processed food. I also refrain from drinking calories, alcohol, juice, and sweetened beverages. Depression. Food is only for the worthy. Intrusive inner thought, not actual belief. Routine. I eat relatively similar foods at a relatively similar time every day. I exercise at regular intensity, at a regular schedule, so it's just second nature now. Only tweak it a little as I get older and feel my metabolism slow down and the aches and pains start becoming more frequent. If I know I haven't been eating very well, I will weigh myself and see if I've gained weight. Then I'm just slightly more conscious of what I eat for a bit. I literally don't do anything. I eat what I want for the most part and exercise when and how I feel like it. Just been blessed with a fast metabolism, I guess. Be poor and get outside 30 minutes a day, laughing face. I used to be 165 pounds. Did keto till I got to 125. So, for maintenance, I limit carbs. If I'm in my target weight area, 125-ish, I eat pretty much what I want, but I still don't eat many sweets or starchy veg. If I get over 130, I restrict carbs more. If I get to 120, I add in more fruits and beans and stuff. So yeah, I watch the scale and make slightly different food choices based on that. I don't exercise. I know, bad. So I depend on food to dictate my weight. Also, I don't really snack and usually eat 2 meals a day. Lunch and a big dinner. Not a breakfast fan. I just had to Google a BMI calculator because I've never even thought about it before. 21. I mostly eat whatever I want. When I'm cooking a meal, my go-tos are lean protein like chicken or fish, and I pick a veg and a starch. Typically. But I also eat like trash pretty often. I just ate Taco Bell for dinner. I'm also not super active. I take walks on my lunch breaks and I play roller derby. But I don't work out. Although I know I should. To be a better athlete. So much of it is just genetics. I've known so many more active, health-conscious people who are heavier. I hate when people oversimplify it and say it's just calories in versus out. It's really not that simple for everyone. I tend to undereat. I have to remind myself to eat 3 meals. And more often than not, it's 2 meals or 1 meal and snacks throughout the day. When you eat more, your stomach expands. And when you eat less, it tends to shrink. But keep in mind that most people who are heavily overweight are usually struggling with something mentally, as they develop an unhealthy relationship to food. I used to be the same. Now I changed my diet and exercise several times a week. I can't eat nearly as much as I used to when I was at my highest weight. To put it into perspective, I went from easily downing a whole pizza by myself to eating maybe a 1/3, if I'm really hungry, before my stomach stops me and gets uncomfortably full. I get filled up with moderate portions. Nothing to control unless I want to gain weight. It's pretty damn hard to gain weight because I'm not really a super fan of overeating. Luck is part of it. I never had an eating disorder. Happened to like a number of fruits and veggies, and grew up with a healthy relationship to food. I also seem to be genetically lucky. I have been underweight, shivered in Hawaiian waters, and was put on whole milk and a protein drink to help me gain some weight. But nothing life-threatening, and nothing involving an intentional diet. I have been trying to add more activity into my life, but that's less about weight and more about general health. I usually don't eat until lunchtime every day. I just prefer to save my calories to have better lunch and dinner, rather than having tiny portions or plain food. I also take inositol, which helps me a lot with appetite control. My BMI is 23 and I barely restrict myself. I just don't let myself have high sugar foods very often, as that just makes you want more and eventually gets out of control. My favorite takeaway foods are Asian foods and I have them all the time. I don't enjoy foods like pizza or burgers, so that makes things easier. I have cystic fibrosis, which has caused me pancreas problems and having my gallbladder removed. I have to take a heavy doses of Crean 3600 with meals to get most of the nutrients out of food. Many times I deal with the taste of mucus that my lungs won't stop producing from its chronic lung infection, and it will just make me not hungry in the slightest, so I take marijuana to help myself get an appetite. Most of the time it works to help me eat the huge amount of calories I need just to maintain weight. I'll eat 4x4s from In-N-Out with a milkshake or other heavy fast food meals just for the sheer amount of calories, and I still struggle to gain weight. It's not wonderful either. Sometimes I hear, "I wish I could eat that much and not gain." No, you don't. Yeah, it's nice at times, but it's all the time. The second I don't eat like that, my weight instantly starts to go down. Sometimes don't got the time to eat that much. Sometimes I really don't want to, and my life is just a love-hate with food. A lot of it is genetic, or they do not have any health-related illnesses that could affect weight. Thyroid issues. I have met people who eat a cow a day and are rail thin, and people who primarily eat salads and are very conscious of calories and still gain weight. I recommend talking to a doctor for further answers, but from what I understand, for a good portion of people it is very reliant on their genetics and how their body processes nutrients.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.